The judge's gavel cracked like thunder. "Miss Thompson, do you swear to tell the truth?" I nodded. My voice didn't shake, not anymore. I turned to the gallery. There she was, Linda Thompson, my birth mother, clutching her pearls like they could save her. Beside her, Richard Thompson, the man who signed the papers and walked away. They looked older, smaller, but the same cold eyes, the same ones that stared down at a 6-year-old girl crying in a social worker's arms. I opened the envelope. Inside, a single photo. Me, age 6, bruises on my arms, and on the back, their handwriting. "She's too much. We can't do this." The courtroom gasped. Linda's hand flew to her mouth. Richard turned white. I held the photo up. "This," I said, voice steady, "is what you left behind." The prosecutor leaned forward. "Ms. Thompson, please state your relation to the defendants." I smiled, slow, sharp. "They're my parents." The room exploded. Reporters scrambled. Linda stood up. "That's not... She's lying." The judge slammed the gavel. "Order!" I didn't flinch. I'd waited 23 years for this moment. Let them scream. I turned to the jury. "Let me tell you how it started." It was a Tuesday. Rain poured like the sky was crying for me. I was 6. Mom, Linda, was packing a suitcase, not hers, mine, a tiny pink bag with a broken zipper. "Where are we going, Mommy?" She didn't look at me. "Just somewhere safe." Daddy, Richard, stood in the doorway, hands in his pockets. No hug, no goodbye, just, "Hurry up, Linda." The social worker's waiting. I remember the car ride, the wipers screeching. My teddy bear clutched to my chest. We pulled up to a gray building. A woman in a navy suit opened the door. "Hi, sweetie." "I'm Ms. Carter." I looked back. Mom was already turning the car around. Daddy didn't even wave. The door closed, and that was it. I never saw them again, not until today. Foster home number 1, the Millers. They were kind, too kind. Fed me oatmeal with raisins. Let me sleep with the light on. But then the baby came. Real baby. Theirs. And I became the extra mouth. Foster home number 2, the Garcias. 3 kids already. I slept on the couch. Learned to hide food in my socks. Foster home number 3, Mr. Jenkins. He drank. A lot. The first time he hit me, I was 8. I didn't cry. I'd learned crying made it worse. I ran away at 12. Lived in a group home until 16. Then aged out. No family, no money, no future. But I had fire. And I had a name. Elena Grace Thompson. I never let them take that. I worked 3 jobs. Cleaned toilets at 4 a.m. Served coffee at 7. Stocked shelves at midnight. Saved every penny. Went to community college. Then university. Graduated top of my class. Law school. On scholarship. I became the one thing they never expected. A lawyer. Specializing in child abandonment cases. I won my first case at 25. A little boy left in a parking lot. I got him justice, and I never stopped looking for them, for the truth. 3 months ago, I found them. A Facebook post. Linda Thompson, smiling at a charity gala, Richard beside her, arm around her waist. Caption, proud parents of 2 beautiful daughters. Blessed, 2 daughters, not 1. They'd replace me. I dug deeper. Birth records, adoption papers, lies, all of it. They never put me up for adoption. They just walked away, claimed I was taken by the state, but I had the file, the one they thought was sealed, the one that said, parents surrendered custody, no intent to reclaim. And the best part? They'd built a perfect life. Big house, country club, church every Sunday, pillars of the community. While I scraped by on ramen and rage, I sued them, not for money, for truth, for the right to stand in court and say, you don't get to forget me. The day the summons arrived, Linda called the police, claimed harassment, but I had proof. DNA, photos, signatures. The judge threw out her motion and set a trial date. Today. Now here we are. Linda's crying now. Not for me, for her reputation. Richard's lawyer stands. Your Honor, this is a stunt. My clients have no recollection. I cut him off. No recollection? I pull out the next document. A letter from Linda to the social worker, dated 1 week after they left me. Please don't contact us again. We've moved on. She's not our problem. I read it aloud. word for word. The jury shifts in their seats. Linda sobs louder. Richard stares at the floor. I lean forward. You moved on? My voice cracks. Just once. You had picnics, vacations, Christmas mornings. I pull out another photo. Their daughters, smiling, happy. One of them, my age, born 9 months after they left me. You replaced me, I whisper. Before I was even cold, the prosecutor nods. Ms. Thompson, what are you asking the court for? I look at them, straight in the eyes. I want my name back. I want the world to know what you did, and I want you to say it out loud. Say you left me. Linda shakes her head. Richard's jaw tightens. The judge leans forward. Mr. and Mrs. Thompson? Silence. Then Richard stands. His voice shakes. We thought it was best. The courtroom erupts. I don't move. Best? I was 6? I had nightmares for years. I flinch when doors slam. I still check locks 3 times. Best? I turn to the jury. They thought abandoning a child was best. Now they get to live with that. The judge calls recess. I walk past them. Linda reaches for me. Elena. I stop. Look at her hand. Then her face. Don't, I say. You lost the right to touch me the day you drove away. I walk out, head high, tears falling, but not for them. For the little girl who waited 23 years for someone to come back. The trial became a circus. Cameras outside the courthouse. Headlines screaming. Abandoned daughter confronts parents in shocking trial. I didn't speak to the press. I didn't need to. The evidence did. Bank statements. They donated thousands to children's charities. While I ate from dumpsters, Christmas cards sent to their perfect daughters. While I spent holidays alone, even a family video from when I was 5, me blowing out candles, Linda kissing my cheek, Richard lifting me up. Caption, Our Little Princess. They played it in court. The jury cried. Linda tried to explain. We were young, broke, scared. I stood up. Scared? You had a house, jobs, family. I had nothing. You chose this. Richard's lawyer brought in character witnesses, neighbors, friends, pastor, all saying the same thing. They're good people. They made a mistake. Mistake? I called my own witness, Miss Carter, the social worker, now retired. She walked slow, eyes kind. She took the stand, looked at Linda and Richard, then at me. I remember Elena, she said, clear as day. She asked for her mommy every night for a year. She stopped talking for 3 months. She wet the bed until she was 9. Linda covered her face. Ms. Carter turned to the jury. They never called, never visited, never sent a birthday card. Not once. The pastor shifted in his seat. I leaned forward. Tell them about the letter. Ms. Carter pulled it out, the one I'd found in my file. From Linda. We've started over. Please don't ruin this for us. She read it. The courtroom went dead silent. Even the reporters stopped typing. That night, I couldn't sleep. I sat in my tiny apartment, staring at the teddy bear. The one from that day, faded, one eye missing. I held it to my chest, and for the first time in years, I cried. Not pretty tears. Ugly, choking sobs, the kind that come from your bones. I cried for the birthdays I never had, the hugs I never got, the mother who taught other girls how to braid hair, but never me. I cried until dawn. Then I got up, washed my face, put on my suit, and went back to war. Day 3. They put their daughters on the stand. Claire, 23. Sophie, 20. Claire cried. I didn't know, I swear. Sophie just stared, hate in her eyes, like I was the villain. The prosecutor asked Claire, Did you ever wonder why there were no photos of your parents before you were born? Claire hesitated. Mom said they lost them in a flood. I stood. No flood. I held up the album, the one with me in it, baby photos, toddler, kindergarten, all labeled. Elena's first steps. Elena's first word, Dada. Claire's face crumpled. Sophie whispered, Liar. I looked at her. I have the DNA to prove it. The judge warned her. Richard's lawyer tried to object. Overruled. Then came the voicemail. I'd saved it from 3 years ago. Linda's voice. Drunk. Leaving a message on my old work line. I know it's you. Stop digging. You'll ruin everything. We're happy now. Let it go. I played it. The jury heard every slur, every threat. Linda lunged forward. Turn it off. The bailiff held her back. Richard didn't move, just closed his eyes. Like if he didn't see it, it wasn't real. That afternoon, the defense rested. No more witnesses. No more lies. Just me. Closing statement. I stood, looked at the jury, Then at them, I don't want your money. I don't want your apology. I want you to live with this every day. When you tuck your daughters in, remember the one you left cold. When you post family photos, remember the one you erased. When you pray in church, remember the child who prayed for you to come back. I turned to the judge. Your Honor, I ask for one thing. Make them say it. On record. Make them admit what they did. The judge nodded. Mr. and Mrs. Thompson. Silence. Then Richard. Voice broken. We abandoned our daughter, Linda screamed. No, we didn't. The judge's gavel. Mrs. Thompson, she looked at me. Hate, fear, shame. We left her. The words hung in the air, like smoke, like poison, like truth. The jury deliberated for 20 minutes. Verdict, guilty, of child abandonment, emotional distress, fraud. They were ordered to pay restitution, public apology, and, my favorite, community service. At the same foster home I grew up in, every Saturday, for 5 years, I watched them leave the courthouse. Reporters swarmed. Linda hid her face. Richard stared straight ahead, like a ghost. I stood on the steps, wind in my hair, free. The weeks after were brutal. Death threats, online hate, gold digger, attention seeker, ruining a family. I expected it. But Claire showed up at my door, 3 a.m. crying. I'm sorry, she kept saying. I didn't know. I let her in. We sat on the floor, drank cheap wine. She told me about her life, piano lessons, private school, Disney trips. I told her about mine, foster dads who weren't dads, nights I went hungry, the time I was molested at 14, and no one believed me. She cried harder. I wish I'd known you, she said. I wish you'd been my sister. I smiled, sad, real. You can be now. We exchanged numbers. She left at dawn, promised to visit. She never did. Sophie was different. She went public. Instagram rants. That girl is not my sister. She's a liar. My parents are saints. Followers ate it up. Justice for Thompson. I didn't respond. I didn't need to. The truth was louder. Then the call came from Miss Carter. Elena, you need to come. Now. I drove to the foster home, the same gray building. Older now. Peeling paint. She met me at the door, took my hand, led me to the backyard. There was a girl, maybe 7, sitting alone, rocking, bruises on her arms. I froze. Ms. Carter whispered, her parents surrendered her yesterday. Same story. She won't talk. I knelt down. Hey, sweetie. She looked up, big brown eyes, scared. I opened my arms. She ran into them, held on like I was air. I cried. She cried. Ms. Carter watched, smiled through tears. This, she said, is why you fought. I started visiting every week, brought books, toys, hugs. Her name was Mia. She called me Lena, not Miss Elena, just Lena, like family. One day she asked, will you leave too? I knelt, looked her in the eyes. Never, I promise. She believed me. Linda and Richard started their community service. I was there the first day. Linda tried to smile at the kids. They flinched. Richard couldn't look at me. I didn't speak, just watched. Let the silence burn. Then the letter came, handwritten, from Linda. I dream about you every night. The little girl in the pink coat. I'm sorry. I was weak, scared, selfish. I don't expect forgiveness. I just needed you to know. I see you now, and I'm ashamed I read it. Folded it, put it in a drawer. Didn't write back. Sophie got engaged. Big wedding. Invited the press. #, Thompson. Love, I wasn't invited. Claire texted me. I'm not going. Want to get coffee instead? We met. She brought Mia. We ate ice cream, laughed, took selfies, posted them. Caption, found family greater than fake family. Sophie saw it, lost her mind, called Claire screaming. Claire blocked her. The night before the sentencing appeal, Richard showed up, alone, knocked on my door. I opened it. He looked broken. Not the man from court, just old, tired. He held out a box. Inside, my baby blanket. Faded, worn, the one I'd clutched that day. I kept it, he said. Couldn't throw it away. I took it, fingers trembling. He cried. I was wrong. Every day, I was wrong. I don't deserve you, but I'm proud of the woman you became, despite us. I closed the door, leaned against it, held the blanket, and for the first time, I whispered, Daddy, not forgiveness, just release. The appeal was denied. Sentence stood. But something shifted. Linda started volunteering beyond her hours, really trying. Richard, too. They didn't speak to me, but they showed up. For the kids, for Mia. One day, Linda brought cookies. Mia took one, smiled, said, Thank you, ma'am, Linda cried. I watched from the doorway. Didn't stop her. Claire moved out. Got her own place. We meet every Sunday, brunch, walks, talks. She calls me sis. I call her pain in the ass. We laugh. Sophie got married. Small wedding. No press. Claire went. Sent me a photo. Sophie in white. Looking smaller. Claire texted. She asked about you. I didn't reply. Some doors stay closed. Mia got adopted by a couple who'd lost their daughter. They asked me to be godmother. I said yes. Cried through the whole ceremony. 1 year later, I stood in the same courthouse, but this time, I was the one adopting. A little boy, abandoned at birth, his name, Gabriel. I signed the papers, kissed his forehead, whispered, I've got you. Forever. Linda and Richard were in the gallery, watching, silent. After Linda approached, slowly, Elena, I looked at her, really looked. She was crying. I'm proud of you, I nodded. Once, walked away, with my son. Years passed, I built a foundation for kids like me, like Mia, like Gabriel, called it Second Chance. We help thousands. Linda donates anonymously, Richard volunteers, quietly. We don't speak, but we're there. One night, Gabriel asked, Mama, why do you help so many kids? I tucked him in, kissed his nose. Because once, a little girl needed help, and no one came. But now, I smiled. Now, I come. He hugged me. I love you, Mama. I love you too, baby. The story went viral. Not the trial, the foundation, the kids, the hope. People sent letters. You saved my son. You gave me courage. Thank you for being the parent I needed. I read them all. Cried every time. And sometimes, late at night, I open that drawer, take out the letter, the blanket, the photo. I don't cry anymore. I smile because I won. Not with revenge, with love, with truth, with the family I built. Brick by brick, heart by heart. What would you do if this happened to you? Tell me in the comments. Thank you for watching The Wordy Revenge. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tales of betrayal, justice, and redemption. Until next time, stay strong and never stop believing in your truth.